I love it when that grass pops in. It's not something you see real often on the regular size maps, but the big maps, they load a little slow. 57 days. Just 57 days. Enderlord, welcome back. Glad to see you're back. Glad to see you're back. Trying to get my thoughts straight on what I got going on here. Know we got some grass to cut. I've been rushing like crazy. The gamer, hey, how's it going? Oh, let's see here. Hey, Robin, how are you? We're gonna go ahead and get this. Go ahead and get this going so I can get my thoughts together here. I want to set a course on it, just so I can get things moving. Actually, you know what? Let's make these corners sharp. Yo! What's up, Ki? Oh man. All right, let me get my thoughts. Let me get my thoughts going. I literally just woke up just a little bit ago. Had to rush to get the stream set up. I'm sitting here feeling all kinds of loss at the moment. Let's see, I need to hire somebody new. That's what I need. Look at this guy. Holy cow. Holy cow. It's like, buddy, what do you got going on here? Let's drop that down, man. He's trying to get that corner nice and sharp. It's kind of my fault. I told him to do it. Sorry, we'll get it straight. Laughing at me, Robin. Whew. Anybody check out the fact sheets? See some of that new equipment that we got coming to us in FS25. And this thing flies. Gotta love it. You cut grass in no time. It's truly the king of mowers. Paying for the whole field to be cut. Big Papa Sims. Alright, let's see. Now, as you will see, I've got him mapped out for the whole thing, Carlos. Now, whether this worker, you know, does that or not, that's a whole nother story. Alright, let's get rid of that. See if he can make this corner. If he can make this corner, then we can go get the tractor and we can get things start billing. What do I play on again? I play on a PC. This is a this. Oh, look at that! It just spit in your face, Carlos. Do you see that? Look at it. Look at that. It's hard to find good help, man. It's really hard to. It's really, really hard to find good help. I mean, he's gonna get the majority of it done. We can get us a tractor and get to baling. So I do believe we got us a square baler around here somewhere. Let me come back tomorrow. I could have swore we had a square baler. But the sheep's making a little wool down there. Hello, Enderlord. Hello. What in the heck has happened to our baler? This isn't good. We're gonna have to go to the shop. It's good. I don't recall ever selling. Well, I did sell the round baler. Maybe I just hadn't picked up the square baler yet. So we'll just head over to the shop. That's what they show us in the fact sheets. We got what? 5 new pieces of equipment? And a white farm boss or a white tractor. I know there's a lot of people got excited about that, seeing the white brand in the game. Oh, there's no. Oh. Yeah. Would you need certain mods? No, as far as the Discord server, we haven't set it up just yet. I mean, I've got one that's active. I just haven't set it up for the community. It's gonna we're gonna make it a cross-play server, so you know, anybody will be able to get in there. The mods will be straight off the mod hub, so there won't be anything crazy. That sort of thing. You know, that way anybody that wants to be able to join in there, they'll be able to join in there. You just need to join the Discord, and you can see where Me and Leighton have been in there actually talking and trying to figure out what map we want to be on. And once we have a map settled and enough people that want to hop on there, we'll set it up. It's my favorite baler in the world right here. Love this thing. We're gonna have to be able to wrap bales too, so gotta have a wrapper. The Secret Service subbed. Oh Lord, we're being watched. Let's see. These are, that'll do square bales. I don't want to have to load them in there. Let's just get us a yeah, this one will work. Color foil wrap do we want? We got whatever color we want. What kind of foil wrap? Kind of like using the green. Any ideas, chat? Hey, Yana, how are you? Update the sub goal? Did I forget to update the sub goal? Figures. The clock thing in the top right of the corner of the screen, it's my actual time. No color, no color. Okay. If you guys aren't going to choose, I'm going to choose a color. I like making these green bales. And we got enough to buy that too, so let's get that. Parnell Farms changed your name. I'm good, man. What was it before you changed it? You can't play. You can play these games, Carlos. Oh, I didn't forget to set the sub goal. I set it to. That's for the to go to the end of the stream. Double P. Okay. Good deal. I remember that. I normally play this all the time, but I've been so busy trying to get things squared away with the behind the scenes stuff that I haven't really been putting a whole lot of time into the game here lately. The funny thing about this is it's got a bit of a learning curve, but once you kind of get the basics figured out, it's a real simple thing. Yeah, he's just sitting up here waiting on us. No, he didn't wait. Look at that. He's like, it's time to go to lunch. He just took off. How's it going, Leighton? Alright, let's get this. We'll set them up on this one too. Let them mow this and then we can get to baling. Set them up on the first waypoint. Gotta love course play. Gotta love course play. Leave it just like it is. I can always come back and clean it up if I want to. Especially with as much as they're missing. Got a nice yield off of it though. Look at that. Ooh-wee. That's gonna be a lot. A lot. Alright, that baler or that wrapper we got, what size bales can we use in this thing? We can go up to 150? Okay, just making sure. I like to make them a little bigger sometimes. Oh no, it's not gonna wrap these bales. Oh no. It won't wrap the bales. We definitely don't need it if it can't wrap them, because these are gonna be too big. Biggest it'll do is the 150. Good grief. I didn't even look. You guys didn't say nothing. Thanks, man. Why am I towing an airplane? You know, because I mean, sometimes you like towing airplanes instead of flying them. Jeez, Yana, could have got some slack. All right, we'll get rid of that. They're not going to use it. It's not going to do us any good. Yeah, it's kind of a little wasteful. Lose a little money doing that, but it's no big deal. You can make money really quick and easy in this, so let's get something that'll wrap a bale. How about that? And then we'll just have 2 balers. Ooh. Fast bale? Do you like the Kubota? Ooh-wee. Look at that. Sharp. The ladies do like the beard. It's true, Yana. Okay, I guess we'll just lease it. Why not? We'll just keep a constant drain on our bank account. Because who needs money? Get this folded up. We'll stash it in here. Oh, we won't stash it in there. This is Combined Counties. Combined Counties is a 4X map by Cavalier Roy. All right. We'll hang on to that. Oh, we're just falling all kinds of behind. We got to hurry up, get over here. Oh, look at that. Guy got to the first corner and decided to go to sleep. Go figure. It is. It's a PC only map. It's a 4X map. I'm going to fire this guy. Just go ahead and get out of here, pal. It's mine now. Yeah, it's a bummer, I know. But cool thing about this map is the guy that made this map actually made it from 4 of his previous maps. So, if you're interested in playing this map, like the section that I'm on in particular, you can download Ebony Island from the Mod Hub. You see this? It's actually 4 maps combined into one. This is the area that I've been playing on. Now, I have come up on this map a little bit. We had, on the first episode, did a contract up here on this top part. But this bottom right corner is Ebony Island. And then, let's see, it's Ebony Island, Glen Lathan, Maypole, and Riverview Farm. Those are the 4 maps that make up this one map. So if you like the little area that I'm typically in, that's Ebony Island. The Muppet of a Man, that was me and a friend, you know, that we wanted to make YouTube videos, and we like making just silly, stupid stuff, and we both enjoyed the Muppet of a Man movie, or not Muppet of a Man, but the Muppet movie. You know, when they redid it with Jason Segel, and we decided we wanted to make a music video. It's just the type of mower this is. But yeah, I mean that's really all that really was. We had been doing all kinds of different stuff. You know, I had gone out and I don't know, I had spent all kinds of money on camera equipment and all kinds of stuff, and that was really just kind of my first adventure into YouTube, and we made that video. That's actually him in the video. That's not me. Oh, I don't want to do that. Where's my getting off point? Right here. And skedaddle. Maybe he'll cut it right now. It was a lot of fun. Like that last scene where he's all looking up at the sky and it's all raining down on him. You know, that's all. I mean, it's easy to tell. It's all artificial rain, but I was trying to learn how to do all kinds of different effects and stuff in After Effects, and we wanted to do it at nighttime, but we didn't have lights or anything, so we couldn't do it at nighttime. We had to film it during the day. So I had to figure out how to try to make it look, you know, like a night scene, which doesn't really look like a night scene. It's a little too bright still, but it was. I was super proud of that. Whenever I got through with it, life lessons, man, I missed a whole lot more than a blade. I hope you don't have OCD. We'll get this stuff baled, and I'll get back and get it cleaned up. Is this FS25? No, it's not. This is FS22. Yeah, it's always been a little bit of a passion for making videos and stuff. I can't say that I'm great at it, but I enjoy it. It was actually entered into an indie film contest, and everything in that video we did ourselves, you know, 100%. And when it got submitted, they said that we did not make that video, that we had cheated, and they disqualified us. So that kind of sucked. Why did they say we cheated? Man, that was 12 years ago. I don't even remember. I know it was pretty heartbreaking. It literally took me an entire week to edit that video. I edited on it for about 8 hours a day for a week straight, on top of going to work for, like 60 hours a week. So that was frustrating. Yeah, it's got plenty of. I mean, it wouldn't have won, but it was fun to do. All right, let's make sure we got the largest size bale, because I don't need no teeny bales running around here. Oh, we just got one size with this one. That's all right. This is a fast bale. Woo-wee, look at it go. I thought I turned the auto drop on. There we go. Oh, I forgot to change the full wrap. Son of a gun. Oh boy. This is gonna take forever. These little tiny bales. Oh, man. Do we really want to do that? I don't think I want to torture myself like that. Have not updated due to the amount of time you have on 22. What are you talking about, Carlos? US or UK maps? I typically like the US maps. This is a UK style map. It's probably I've probably spent more time on this one than I have any other UK map. I find the UK maps to be just a little cramped. I'm sure you guys are probably used to it, but it's not something I'm used to. I'm used to, even in the little country farms that we got around here, there's room to move around. I'm gonna get at least a couple of these done. That way I can make a trailer load. Farming Simulator 24. I think I missed something, Carlos. I'm so confused with your comment, man. Do I know any good maps? Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of good maps. You on console or PC? You're on console, right? I mean, when it comes to a map, a lot of times they just seem to be kind of personal. It's something that hits kind of strikes a chord with you. Like, one of my favorite maps still is Elm Creek. It's got a real down south feel to it. But hey, East Tennessee, what's going on? Yeah, it's been getting a good bit of rain, hadn't you? Oh, I'm so missing this. Oh, I am going to get this up. I just driving really bad right this second. But let's see, what are some good maps for console? Stuck at work? Oh, that stinks. I've actually been trying out some of the South American maps here lately, and oh, that's good that missed you, man. We've been getting rain off of it. Nothing bad. Not that we were ever really worried about it to begin with. Let's see how many bales we got so far. 10. Let's get 4 more. It was just a category 1. I mean, that's not really a hurricane. If you like survival style maps, it's hard to beat. Oh, dadgummit. My brain froze on me. Chat knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, we need one more after this, right? One more? Yep. And that'll make us a trailer. Sushi rolls. Oh, I thought I had enough to kick it out. It just kicked over. No Man's Land. Good grief. Yeah, so No Man's Land, if you like survival style maps, is actually a really great map. I'm trying to think of maps that are on cross play, and I'm having a hard time pulling them up. I'll play a lot of PC only maps, but what was it, Los Banderantes? It was the South American map. That's one that I've been like as something I've just been spending time on just myself. I've been playing that one. It's a pretty cool map. And then there's another one we had in the Discord that I mentioned. I haven't played it yet, but it looks like it'll be a really good map. It's another South American map, but they've actually done the floatable rice paddies and stuff like that on there, so you can you can do rice, which is pretty cool. And that's a crossplay server or a map server. Good grief. Man, I don't want to get rid of this. I really want to make it into silage. I need a place to store it. That's the main thing. If I stored it. Got enough money for this. We can put that there, and that's awful tiny. But we can put more than one in here. Did that. If I needed to. about silos? We got a got this thing. Got this thing. It even has a garage on it. All right, let's see here. Do we even got anywhere we can put this? Because this will work. We're just going to stick it in the corner. Yeah, that'll work like that. Stick it over here under the pine tree. There we go. Oh, about stuck it in the pine tree. Yeah, let's do that because we got a forage harvester. We can take and we can dump that in there. Save this for hay bales. We'll need a few bales, so we'll keep that for now. Oh. Or some other maps. See what's some that I've played on that I think are really good. I'm not looking where I'm going, y'all. Pushy. Frankenmuth was a good map. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. If you like, if you don't like maps that have the crazy round fields and all the different shapes, Frankenmuth is a good map. You have some pretty rectangle fields on that one, but they're good size fields, so it's easy to make money. The fields with smaller, or the maps with smaller fields, those are the ones that are the hardest to make money on. Because you just don't make as much from a harvest, so your progression is a lot slower. But if you have maps with decent sized fields, you can progress a little quicker. So Frankenmuth is actually a pretty good one. Court Farms, if you like UK maps, Court Farms is actually a really good map. My biggest problem that I had with that one was how tight the main farm is. It's tight. I mean, you really have to wiggle around your harvester to get it out of the shed. It's so daggum tight on that one. I was hoping I could clip that just right. I guess not. Oh, damn thing's got turn. Oh, I hate when the wheels turn on the trailer. I'm all discombobulated tonight, chat. I'm sorry. I'm just having an off night. There we go. There we go. some football. Who you watching? Who's actually worth watching on a Sunday night? On Sunday night football. I haven't watched any Pro Bowl in a while. I did watch them Dogs yesterday, though. That was a pretty sad performance. Any football fans in the chat? Hey, you just like football. Yeah, they made me nervous yesterday too. That was good grief. That was just terrible, man. I was not expecting that game to go anything like that after Kentucky played South Carolina last week. I know that's right. You know, the way Kentucky played last week against South Carolina, they showed up. Their team looked like it was in a disaster, and they needed to make a lot of adjustments. And it was just like, oh, geez, you guys are going to have a bad season. And they showed up. They showed up and showed out. Vandegrift did a pretty good job, you know, which was nice. I mean, you know, he's a former Dog. I don't blame him for leaving. Personally, if I was him, I would have left the SEC because I don't think Kentucky's going to be the team to really carry him where he wants to be career-wise, but, you know, if he gets there, cool. Chiefs won? Oh, that's good. You a fan of oh dang it. I told you I don't watch a lot of pro. What's his name? Mahomes. You a big Patrick Mahomes fan? Even if they lost. Right, come on now. Gotta love that. I got something that's messing up something. I've used this, I've actually used this place several times and it works just fine. But for some reason, it is not wanting to dump. That's just try coming in at a different angle, see if that'll help it. Oh, yeah, that did help. It just popped up. Okay. That's strange. Yeah, that's strange. It's never been that off before. Usually you can just dump right there, right where the dump's at. But you know what? Hey, if it works, it works. My home is what I call him. My homie. He's one of the few players that I actually know when it comes to NFL. Oh man, man, oh man. Yes. Bam. There we go. Woo. In your background, are you doing some farming too there, Leighton? Yeah, you don't gotta chat. You don't gotta chat one bit. If you got, it's definitely not a requirement of hanging out. It's not something you need to be sorry about. Finish getting this up. We'll dump this back in there. Then we'll be able to go get that over there. In the other field, we get the worker started on the last grass field. Doing some housework. That's always a good thing. Keeping up your property, keeping it nice and clean, or getting stuff fixed. Hey, no problem, Kay. All right. Let's see if I got this set up right here. Okay, that set up. Okay. Oh no. Oh, doggone it. Doggone it. Let's see here. Let me get this. Man. Have you guys... Where's it at? There it is. Have you guys seen any of these fact sheets that they put out? The new Fendt Vario Omega, or that's the Bednar that's hooked up back there. The Omega 00 6000 FL, and then the Bednar. Yeah, actually, we've got that in the game now. It's pretty nice. You see, it's going to plant peas, spinach, rice. I'm not sure what this here is. Oh, grass. I guess that's the grass. That's the new grass icon. That's pretty cool. Got the new Dutes FAR 6V. Some of this stuff, I mean, some of this stuff we've got already, but these models they look really, really nice. And the JCB. We don't have a JCB front end loader right now, I don't think. You're not supposed to be on there. Get off of there. But the thing that's got everybody's tongue wagging, this thing right here. The white Agco. I've seen a lot of discussions going through the discords. A lot of people are super excited about this tractor. Great thing is it's only $58,000. You can get it up to 225 horsepower, which I mean it's going to cost you more than that, but still 160 horsepower for $58,000. That's a good deal. That's going to be a workhorse. That's going to show up on a lot of farms. And you got this merger, which is kind of like a windrow. We've got those. I'm not sure if it's the Anderson brand. I think it is. Well, no, it's a different brand. But we have the mergers in 22 right now. Those are pretty cool as far as windrows go. But look at this. We're getting a big boy from Case. Getting an 11 series. 20,000 liters capacity on this harvester. That's nuts. So that's going to pair up real nice with that CR11 that New Holland's going to have. We're going to have, the one that the gold edition. You got the MacDon. If you're wanting to windrow your crops, it's going to cost you $170,000 just for the tractor itself, not including the header. But check this sprayer out. It's a new brand, the Agrifac. That's the strangest looking sprayer. A lot of times whenever you got them like this, they sit up higher. This thing sits down so low. So you can straddle your rows and stuff. But kind of like this Great Plains planter here too. That's well, neither one of those are great pictures of it. But there is a picture that actually shows that really good. It's got a good capacity on it for such a small seeder, which is nice to see. If you're into the older John Deere, 3650. The S Series Valtra. That's going to be a nice tractor. You can usually do the reverse steer in those. So if you're doing stuff like cutting grass, you can put the mower. You can change it up how your mower is. So you drive it backwards as opposed to forwards. If you're using like the butterfly wing mowers and stuff, and it's pretty cool. It gives you a lot more maneuverability when you do that. And that Bednar, those are really great trailers. Look at that, it's going to go up to 46,000 liters for that power tube. But this thing right here, the Merlot, this telehandler is going to be awesome. That cab that raises up, oh man, it's so cool. Wait. Did I get that wrong? Is that the wrong one? That raises up? Is it the other one? Isn't there another one? Nope, it's the Merlot. Okay. You got your spinach harvester. That front end, that thing's pretty cool. It's like a vacuum. You drive over the spinach, it actually picks up the crop. Like it lifts up the leaves so that it can chop them, so it doesn't like cut the leaves in half. You get the whole leaves. That's a super cool piece of equipment. And then the Iseki. We had what, one in 22. That's it. But I mean, we'll have a harvester and a tractor, so we'll at least have two in 25 little Japanese brand tractors. And have you seen? Where they talked about the peas? They gave us some information about peas, which is pretty cool. Now this is it says that you can plant in March and April, and then harvest in July and September. And it says it's 4 months, but they left out the month of May. So I'm not real sure if it's going to be a 4-month crop or if this is actually going to be a 5-month crop. We'll have to just wait and see on that one. I think there might be an error somewhere. Just looking at it, it looks like it's going to be a 5-month crop just because of the way the calendar goes. It just happened to leave out May. So there's that. No big deal. Anyhow, what's the mod? I'm not sure I'm following you as far as which part are we talking about? Which mod? There we go. I can't wait for 25. I've been planning on. I actually tried that map out. I can't pronounce it. That's Spokova, or however you say it. For the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I've tried that one out. Seems like a pretty good map. Oh, no, actually, yeah, that's just 25. That's right. It does. It looks amazing. Yeah, I've seen quite a few people who have complained, saying that Giants isn't listening and stuff like that. The thing that I've noticed about the game since I've been playing it is they try to make it more approachable for more people. So having it ultra realistic is just not something that they're going to do. So there's a lot of people that get upset about that. But they're making steps in that direction, in kind of a gamer way, I guess you could say. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, do you really want to have to do every single step that you would have to do on a farm? I mean, I don't. It would start to feel like work. Yeah, it is. It's a Polish map. If you're used to playing larger style maps, it's a little tricky trying to dial it back and not use everything that has just the most horsepower. And it's being extra touchy right there. Have you found any of the collectibles on there, Nathaniel? they've got some pretty cool collectibles on that map. I know where the bale storage is at. You know, if you're driving from that farm in the middle and you're heading back to where the bale storage is at, whenever you get to that little fork in the road and you take the little trail off into the trees, there's a little trash bag laying over on the left side. It's one of the collectibles. What's a reskin? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of people complaining that it's just a reskin. I mean, you can say that about a lot of games. You know, but every time a game comes out, it doesn't matter whether it's Halo or if it's Destiny or what. It doesn't really matter. When they release the next version of that game, there are certain things that are improved about that game that make it most of the time better than the game before it. You know, you may not necessarily like the changes, but there's always improvements, whether it's to the engine to make the game, perform better. If it's just slight visual improvements. But as far as like radically changing a game, I mean, when you go from one console cycle to the next, you get radical changes. Whenever you are staying on same consoles, and I know they dropped the old gen consoles for Farm Sim. I mean, I get that, right? But you're still dealing with consoles, so you're not going to get some huge evolutionary leap out of a simulation style game, when it comes to like the visual fidelity. But you're still going to have some sort of improvement to your game. So the people that try to use that as an argument about it's just a reskin, it's really not a good argument. I mean, you can say that about so many games. I mean, did you ever play like Super Mario Galaxy? I mean, game's awesome, right? Well, did you play Super Mario Odyssey? You could say it's just a reskin. Odyssey was an awesome game all on its own. So I mean, if you sit around and just complain about games being a reskin, you're just going to miss out on awesome experiences. If it's something that you enjoy, like I enjoyed the hell out of Farm Sim. So I'm not going to, pass up on their next offering that's going to offer me more ways to do things. I'm going to embrace it and look forward to it. And now I'm not just going to be like, well, if there's something that's wrong with it, I'm not going to deny that there's something wrong with it. But I mean, that's all part of the process. When something gets released, if it's broken, it's broken, but give it time, it gets fixed. You haven't found any of the trash bags yet? I kept seeing that one trash bag. I kept riding past it and I was just like, I wonder if I can get rid of that trash. It's really bugging me. Well, I was going to see if I could delete it off the map or something, and I happened to just go over to it, and it was a collectible. I was like, oh, that's great. That's hilarious. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. That's just an evolution of the game. I'm hoping that you guys get 4X on console. This is 22. This is Farm Sim 22. Sorry to disappoint you. Sorry to disappoint you. But yeah, you'll have a lot of people that will, you know, they'll gripe about that stuff. But you know, GPS. I've wanted console to have GPS forever. There's a lot of you guys that play this game, and if you want to do multiplayer, you know, you got to give up some of those creature comforts, you know, that you get used to playing on PC, and GPS is definitely one of them. You know, you'll have people say, "How do you make such a straight road?" And it's like magic. It's GPS, you know. And the GPS, from what I've seen on 25, it actually looks really nice. It looks a lot like the guided steering mod on PC, or everybody calls it the GPS mod, but it looks a lot like that. It works in a very similar fashion. Now, I do hope that modders will add some more functionality to it, and I hope that will, because GPS is in the game, I'm hoping that consoles will be able to use that too. Because as far as the guided steering mod, you know, there's a couple of things that you can do with that 25 doesn't have built into their model of it. But it looks, even still, it still looks super easy to use. It kind of looks like a combination of the guidance steering and crossplay, because it does the course. I like that it does the course. That's going to make the AI workers so much better. So much better. That's I almost never hire AI workers unless I'm using courseplay with them. So hopefully, you know, some of the things that we get to enjoy on PC are going to come to you guys along with that. You know, maybe it'll make courseplay a possibility for console because of the way that they've done GPS, or at least some form of it. You know, that's that would be enough to get you excited if you've played any amount of Farm Sim. That would be a major change. Yeah, as far as GPS goes, it's as simple as you just pull up on the field, like I'm pulling up right here. Even on console, you just pull up on the field, and you'll hit a button. You just tap it, and it locks onto your course. You'll see it'll go green, and as soon as it goes green, it's locked in. You just hit the gas and drive. You don't have to worry about steering. And if you want to hire a worker with it, you hold that button, and then it'll hire the worker, and the worker will follow the course. So, you know, that'll be pretty cool. You won't have to go through all this here. You know, it's a like I said, it's a simplified version of courseplay, basically, when it comes to your AI workers. But now, what I like about this is, like, when I'm cutting grass, I like to turn my headlands way up. It keeps them going in a circle instead of going back and forth. You see, it creates that course. See the lines? It just wraps around in a spiral. Send him on his way. The no worries. Yeah, you're gonna love GPS. If you haven't had a chance to use GPS so that you can just go in a straight line and keep your rows nice and pretty, instead of having to come back once you're done and clean it all up, then yeah, you guys are gonna be super happy with GPS, like super happy. But you see how the dirt's accumulating on here, and how the paint, I mean, the tractor looks nice, right? But there's no real gloss shine to it. You know, you're going to be able to see, like, you'd be able to see the reflection of the bushes and stuff in the paint. Yeah, babysitting, well, you're still going to have to be fair. I mean, the version that Giants has for the AI, you know, it's kind of like Courseplay. It's not as robust as Courseplay. But that being said, I mean, you still have to babysit your helpers even with Courseplay. I mean, if you saw me earlier, I was having to straighten the guys up because they were getting hung up in the bushes. So it still happens. It just won't happen nearly as often. If it was something that I was overly concerned about with the worker getting hung up on Courseplay, there's things that I can do to change the behavior. I just wasn't that worried about it because it's a real easy thing to just straighten him out. Yeah. The best thing is about, I mean, as far as the Courseplay goes, is you don't typically have them just giving up on you. You can, like I said, like if I was harvesting this field, or not me, but the AI was harvesting this field. Hello, Red Tractor Farms. That harvester, it would actually, like, I could just drop a trailer on the side of the field, and that harvester would just go and unload it for you, and you could go on and do something else. You could just come by and check on the trailer to see if it was full, and you know, take it and unload it and bring it back. It's just makes things real convenient. Now, I kind of doubt that's going to happen in 25. If it does, that'll be awesome. That's why I'm hoping that the modders will do some things with the GPS in 25, because there's so much potential for console on 25 compared to 22. So much potential. It is, if you're on console, it's definitely going to be a much better game than it is currently. All right, my opinion. I'm still super excited about rice, man. And it's all because of that silly little rice harvester. See that's another thing is you guys have slot counts on console. On 25, your slot count should go up. Oh, go ahead and say it. What are they not bringing back for consoles? Get it out there, man. Get it out there. We want to know. Well, yeah, like, I mean, if you're talking about they're not bringing it back for like the PS4 and was it the Xbox One? Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. It may not feel like it for some people, but the older consoles are just they're part of why the game hasn't evolved any more than it has. So by taking that out, then it's going to be able to move forward some more. Just for FS25, I can't say I blame you, not one bit. If I was on console, I probably would have done the same thing. I've done it for single games in the past. I've never played 22 on console. I had this PC before then, so my experience has always been on PC. But I do know a lot of the things that you guys miss out on, because when I first started playing the game, I didn't know anything about a lot of that stuff. Like the GPS mods and all that, or course play, and so I was still doing it just like everybody else does it on console until I learned. So I know what your struggle is. See, Leighton, I think this one's done had a heart attack. We're gonna have to go check on him. That's what I was talking about with course play. See, now occasionally, even on 25, you're gonna have to come over and you're gonna have to straighten them out. It's not gonna be that often, but it will happen. But like I said, it's not hard to do. This thing cut back on. The only reason that I'm having to bother with this at all is just because of the shrubs. If the shrubs weren't here, it would do this no problem. You have a PC? Do you? Let's see. Do you use a wheel or do you use a controller? Keyboard, mouse. When I first started on here, I was using keyboard and mouse. and controllers sometimes. So when I first started, I was doing just keyboard and mouse, and whenever you turn, you're always getting that kind of like, I'll do some keyboard and mouse right here. You have to kind of keep just kind of tapping along, or if you hold it too long, it gives it all that jerky motion. Or if you're driving down the road, it's real easy to just really wrap yourself up, or it is for me because I suck with keyboard and mouse. I just found it so frustrating, so I tried controller, and with controller, I had been playing controller for the longest time, but it just seemed so overly sensitive when you're trying to make little adjustments, and it was so hard to just keep things in a straight line. So eventually I broke down and I got a wheel, and I gotta tell you, you put a wheel on Farm Sim, it completely changes this game. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Welcome back, JH. Yep, wheel on ATS is great. If you have something like the side panel, it'll work on ATS, so you can set it up for your parking, like your parking brake and all that stuff. It's nice. Yeah, I feel the same way when it comes to a PC. You want it to be future-proof. I'm gonna have to go up here and babysit again. See. Sometimes it's like that. It just depends on the shape of the fields. Like I said, it's not really a big deal. Oh, buddy. Whoa. Oh, look at you. Crazy. We'll just do it like that. Should be, yep. They might get hung up on that last corner, but they should be good. Yeah, as far as your PC, it's always a good idea to try to plan to future-proof. If you build your own, you got a lot more control over that, and the motherboard that you pick out is going to make a big difference on being able to future-proof your PC. Figuring out whether you want to go Intel or AMD, that's another big thing. I think right now, AMD processor with an NVIDIA GPU is probably your best route. But it all comes down to what kind of preference you have. Okay, if you're thinking about wanting to get into doing stuff like streaming and that sort of thing, you definitely want an NVIDIA card. Because when it comes down to your editing and that sort of thing, the NVIDIA cards, they will do a lot of your rendering and that sort of thing a lot faster than the AMD cards will. That'll save you a lot of time. A lot of time. Do I have a New Holland? I do. I actually got one sitting right over there in the garage. You look across the field, you can see it. You see it sitting right over there? Got it parked. I was using it the last stream. There's a chance it might get pulled out tonight. nope. So, see where it merges back in. We'll set them off right there. Is it on nearest? It is. All right. Now we should be able to quit babysitting them. Like I said, a lot of it comes down to the shape of the field. You know, if the shape of the field is friendly, GPS or course play and all that stuff, it works great. You can spend more time. Like you can say, like I can save these courses. I'm not that big on saving courses. It's so easy to set them up. The little bit of maintenance that you have to do to fix a worker when they get hung up, it's really not that big a deal. So I don't typically sweat it. But you can set up your courses, have them already canned. So whenever you have a piece of equipment that you want to send out, you can just select that course, send them to the field, and let them go ahead and get started all on their own. That's kind of the nice thing about course play. So hopefully with the GPS mod that they're putting into 25, that's something that becomes a reality for the rest of it. You know, they actually be able to do course play on console. Oh, I'm looping around. I'm full. Average Roblox player. You say channel? You're asking what channel this is? That's Desert Ox Farms is the channel on YouTube. It's also on the new CR11. I think having an 11 series harvester is going to be awesome. Just like Case is going to have their 11 series. You know, I mean, that's 11 series combines. I mean, that's as big as they get. That's those are the new kids on the block at 20,000 liter capacity. That's as far as like base game kind of stuff goes, that's going to be awesome. So I'm pretty excited about the New Holland CR11. I mean, I'm excited about all of them. Bobcat or deer skid steer? Well, it depends on what we're talking about. I mean, if we're talking about like well, whenever I think of Bobcat, I think of these right here, these little skid steers. This is what I think of whenever you say Bobcat. This is what I think of. And when somebody says skid steer, I think of a skidder. You know, and that would be this right here. So kind of depends on what you're talking about. But as far as like if, an actual skid steer, you know, I kind of like the Bobcat brand the best, just because, I mean, clearly, I mean, that's just, you know, everybody makes one, but whenever I was a kid, I worked for John Deere, and I used to unload the trucks with a Bobcat. So whenever, it was, what's that? So whenever, just, I don't know, just growing up, driving that Bobcat, unloading those trucks, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And just everything's been a Bobcat since then. I used to go out on the yard and play around on that thing. I loved it. Getting it to tip up on the front two wheels, just walking it around. Or getting it to pop a wheelie and trying to walk it across the yard. To be fair, it was kind of a technique I needed to master because a lot of the yard was pretty sloped. So like whenever I would unload oil drums, whenever I would sit them down, the hill that I was on was so steep that once I set the barrels down at the top, I literally had to kind of walk a wheelie out up from under it backwards. Man, where's my rifle at? Look at him, he just walks right out into the field. Just walks right out in front of me. I tell you, these deer, they're bold. They're bold. They see you riding around that tractor, they know you ain't carrying your rifle with you. Ford or International? Well, to tell you the truth, as far as tractors go, like farm tractors go, I don't have a whole lot of experience with those. Now, as far as tractors, like big trucks, one of the first trucks I ever drove was a Ford. And I loved it. It was one of the nicest trucks I'd ever drove at the time. It actually had power steering, and that was nice. The Internationals that I've driven, they're on par with like a Freightliner. Other than that, aside the fact that I think the Freightliner is a much better truck, International seems to have too many electrical problems. So I can't really say about the farm tractors. I mean, well, I guess I kind of can. I do like the Ford tractor better than the International. I can remember one being on, wasn't on my uncle's farm, it was on a neighbor's farm. And, this will get me some hate. I was always a Ford kid. I didn't like Chevrolet. So seeing a Ford tractor, I was like, man, that's awesome. Nowadays, I don't really care whether it's a Ford or Chevrolet or what. Air tractor or John Deere sprayer? I can show you right here. Right there. Kubota. As far as the these things, I mean, they're cool, but they're just a little too expensive whenever I can do the same job with a tractor. And then whenever I'm done, I can go do something else with the tractor. Did I miss it? I did miss it. Yeah, if I remember right, the old Ford tractors, they weren't real good tractors. Let's try this again. There we go. I'm gonna get right up in there. Howdy, y'alls. What's up, WLP? How are you? Future Air Force, what do you like? Are you a Ford or are you an international guy? What's your preference there? WLP, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Ford, yeah, Ford guy. Let that marinate when we get this off the field. Ooh, thing gets dirty quick. All right, everybody that's in the chat, what's your favorite tractor? I know what my favorite tractor is. I like all of them, but I do have a favorite. The John Deere 4020. Okay. The John Deere 7810. I'm going to just pull this to the side because I am going to come back and clean up the yard. John Deere 4520. Okay, so a lot of the older John Deeres. A TW20. I hear you. That's it right there. The massive Ferguson 8S. I'm a big fan. That would be my favorite tractor. I can tell you when 25 drops, I got a real sneaky suspicion that the 9S will be my new favorite tractor. It's still kicking. You can't beat that. We had a 4520. I used to love the 4520. Or not 4520, 4020. God dang it. We used to have an old 4020. And I loved that tractor. There's no cab. It was just all open. We didn't even have a canopy on it. I'm not gonna lie, these modern tractors, they just kind of spoil you. It's a little frustrating when they mess up. They got all these sensors and crap they put all over everything. So it makes it a little tricky to figure out what's wrong with it. It makes it can make it a little expensive to fix crap. But overall, as far as like just the general handling of the tractor and stuff, I mean, it just seems so much smoother and just, I don't know, it just seemed to kind of glide compared to the old stuff. Of course, then again, it didn't really make that much of a difference to me back then because, you know, I was an old hardtail. You know, it didn't matter. You could throw a board on there for a seat and I'd have been happy. Too many buttons. Yeah, I hear you there. I don't ever drive them, so I don't have to worry about it. I drive them in the game. That's it. As far as tractor trailer, I drive those all the time. That's an everyday thing. And I tell you, the new ones, there's some of the new ones that I don't like nearly as good as the old ones. Like I used to drive it was a 2000 Volvo. A lot of people don't like the Volvos, but that's because they drive the new Volvos. The new Volvos, they're terrible. It's like, I mean, they beat you to death. The seats are the most uncomfortable things in the world. But the older Volvos, and I say older, you know, say like a 2000 Volvo, man, I had one for the longest time. Loved that truck. It was a mid-roof. It was like riding on glass. It rode so smooth, and you could turn it around anywhere. It was like driving a car. Never drove a Volvo. I've drove just about everything under the sun. Kenworth, Peterbilt, International, Ford, Freightliner, Volvo, Western Star. When it comes to Freightliner, I don't think there's a Freightliner that I haven't driven aside from a Classic. I never drove a Freightliner Classic. And I'm not upset about it either. Oh, Mac. Yeah, I left Mac out. Now, I drove a Mac for about 5 years. And I loved that Mac. When I was driving that truck, I was running in and out of the woods a lot, and I was hauling logs. Man, you talking about a workhorse. I thought I had left some grass out here. Yeah, you talking about a workhorse. Man, that thing, a lot of the other guys that were running on the tracks or with our crew, they either had Freightliners or Volvos. And they come out there, if it, you know, say it rained a couple of days ago and it was still a little muddy out, they'd come out and they wouldn't hardly make it nowhere through the woods, and they'd get stuck. You know, the logger, he was always getting aggravated with them. He was always complaining about how they didn't know how to drive. You know, I come rolling in there in that old Mac, and it was old. It wasn't even a new Mac. It was like a 2005, I think it was. And I mean, this has only been about 10 years ago. But I come rolling in with that Mac, and I just walk right through it. I walk right through it like it was nothing. Never even slow down. And she didn't even have the gold puppy on the hood, you know? That little speck right there might make it. Might not get that little speck. Signing off. Have a good night, future Air Force. You know, speaking of which, I actually have a cousin who just graduated from boot camp with the Air Force. I'm pretty proud of that. It was my cousin's son. I guess that makes him my second cousin. We'll give you some Marine Corps stories one day there, future Air Force. Yeah, me and that Mac, we went through a lot. It almost rolled on me, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 different times coming out of the woods just because of the woods. I mean, if you ever logged, you know what I mean. There's some tracks, ground's not always the most level, so it's kind of hard to keep things on all fours. I'd say the closest I ever came to rolling over, it had just started raining where we were at, and I was bringing the last load out because nobody else could get back there where we were at. Now I'm going to just demonstrate it for you right here. I was driving out of the woods and coming down the road, and I got to the turn, and I just started driving through the turn just like I had a bazillion times, and the truck just starts sliding. The truck and trailer just slides right off into the ditch, and when it goes into the ditch, how these little posts are here, had 2 trees that just caught the trailer. If it hadn't been for the 2 trees, it would have just rolled right on over, and there's nothing in the world I could have done about it. It wasn't a sharp turn. I wasn't going fast. Just easing along. It was like snot. It was so daggum slick. That was not a fun experience. We're not going to worry about that in the corner. Never ran a rig? Oh yeah, old black Kenworth. Now that Volvo that I used to drive, I've had 35,000 pounds in the box So I was rolling somewhere around 70,000 pounds total. I don't know where I'm driving off of this thing. And I was heading up Mount Eagle. I know there was somebody in Tennessee in here, Eastern Tennessee. He knows exactly where I'm talking about. I was heading up Mount Eagle, and you go up Mount Eagle, and if anybody that's ever traveled through that area, you'll know that when you get there, the trucks are always in the way because it just drags them down. Well, that truck, I drop one gear and keep on climbing. Just crawl right on up that hill, running 60 miles an hour with 35,000 pounds in it. I loved that truck. I know plenty of you've probably heard of Swift. That was one of the first companies I drove for way back when. And that Volvo, it was, just to give you an idea, that Volvo then was only a year old whenever I was driving it. So, and it was a Swift Volvo. But I used to love it. I get over to Mount Eagle and standard. I prefer standard. But you get over to Mount Eagle or any mountain really, it didn't really matter. You get those other trucks coming through there, and they always talk trash on the radio to the Swift drivers. You know, it's just kind of a thing that drivers like to do. Give the Swift guys hell, and it's because a lot of them really can't drive worth a damn. But anyhow, they come flying by you and they talk trash. You know, like, hey Swift, look out your left window and you can look at a real truck and stuff like that. Well, we get up to Mount Eagle, or like I said, any mountain, and I get back on that radio and I'd holler back at them, like I say, just say it was like a yellow Peterbilt or something had just come by. I'd holler at them, I'm like, how about that yellow Peterbilt? You got yours on? And they come back, yeah, go ahead, Swift. And I was like, you ever seen the right side of a Swift truck? And they were like, nope. And I was like, well, if you look out your driver's side window, sir, I'll show you one. And I just come blowing back by them. Nobody would ever see the right side of a Swift truck because Swift trucks only ran 60 miles an hour back then. So it was a pretty fun insult. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Just kind of stroking right around them. Just leave them sitting. As far as you're asking about the standard automatic, definitely a standard. Automatics are nice, trying to eat a sandwich or something. It's nice not having to worry about shifting gears. But you got no control over the truck. You can't. You don't have your hands on the power. And I like to be the one that's in control of my truck. Get your birds. Yeah. Oh, I'm running over a bale reading your chat. That's what's up. What's going on, Top Cheese? Oh, it's such a touchy spot. Love the content. Hey, thanks, man. speaking of loving the content, I hadn't said a word about this the whole stream. If for whoever is still paying attention to anything right now, if you don't mind, drop us a like, and you don't got to subscribe, but if you do, that's great. You help me get to my goals that I've got set. These are just goals I set for myself. But drop us a like. Let us know you enjoy the content. You sub Top Cheese? Awesome. I've got a few videos that I've put up. I'm pretty proud of my last little short. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, I heard that. I think Farmer Klein was talking about the crew. He likes playing Wreckfest a good bit. And he was talking about how it was going to be on sale. See, I gotta get my little flatbed and get the bales out the yard. Oh, I have it dropped over here. Oh, I just dadgummit. I left my little flatbed parked right there next to my bale storage forever, and I keep thinking that it's there. It's over here in the shed right next to where I was just at. I never played the Crew 2. I played the Crew, but back when it first came out. I don't really know what I was expecting from it, but I was expecting something different than what they gave us. I wasn't like a huge Crew fan, even though I really liked racing games. Was it the Grid? That had come out around the same time as the Crew, and the Grid, I think it was the Grid, something like that. It was a much better game. See some content on FS25? Well, I've got a little bit of stuff I've released on 25. What are you most excited about with 25? Or have you seen anything about 25 yet? The new maps. Yeah, Riverbend Springs. I'd say the person that probably has the best view of what, driving around on the map so far is DJ. DJ got to get his hands on it over at Gamescom, I think it was. Him and Farmer Cop both did, but I think DJ might have got his hands on it kind of by himself and was able to kind of do a little bit of driving around. Now he's not just driving around without any supervision. Of course Kermit's there, but it's not like a lot of the content that we've been getting as far as what Johnson's been letting us see. It's a little more of him driving around kind of from one place to the next, so you can see the maps a little better. And as far as the maps that are going to be in it, there's only one map that we don't know about so far, and that's the Asian map. As far as the other two maps, we already know what they're going to be. I mean, that's that Riverbend Springs, and like I said, you can check DJ stuff out. He's got some stuff that you can see on that, where you can kind of see around more than what Giants has shown us. And the other map is Sri Lanka. It came out in the Premium Edition DLC for 22. That's going to be the other map. That's going to be the European map. which is cool. I like Sri Lanka. I've actually got a good bit of time on Sri Lanka, but I don't really want to play it anymore. So I'm more looking forward to the Asian map. I'm really excited for the Asian map. We'll know something about it by the end of this month. The Tokyo Game Show. When's the Tokyo Game Show? Does anybody know when the Tokyo Game Show is? Giants is going to be there, and that's where that's where it's rumored that they're going to release content on the Asian map, which would make sense. I mean, they're holding it for the Asian audience. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just as excited as they are to see it myself. What do animals do? You haven't heard anything about the animals. Okay, cool. Well, how about we do this real quick? The water buffalo is going to be one of the new animals. You can see the teats, be able to get milk off of them. They make, for making cheese and that sort of thing. Let's see if it's on here. Yeah, there we go. You can see making mozzarella cheese with the buffalo milk. And buffalo milk. I don't know if you can read that or not, but it actually says buffalo milk. So we're going to have like your regular old cow milk, and then there's going to be buffalo milk. And I guess the reason that's distinguishing between the two, aside from the fact that, it's buffalo milk, is so that we can do the mozzarella production. And then the other animal that we know that has been confirmed, that's a new animal, that would be goats. And we'll be able to get goat milk as well. But we're also getting babies. So if you've seen any of the enhanced animal mods on FS22 and thought, man, I wish I could do that, that's about to be a reality. And the really cool thing about the babies is they're going to have growth stages. So you're going to have your like, I'm at a loss for words here. Trying to think of what you call a baby cow. But they'll be so small. Like you see these here, how they kind of look wobbly legged. That's because they will be. The calves will have a hard time walking, and as they age and get a little larger, they'll get a little more steady on their feet, and they'll get a little bit bigger until they eventually get full grown. Which you can see the three sizes here. You have the new calf here, and you can tell he's kind of a little buckled in his knees there. And you'll see them; they'll kind of trip up whenever they walk. And once they get to the middle age, they'll run around and they're jumping and playing and stuff. They're cute as can be. If I had, I don't have it right here with me, but as far as weather, that's another big one. All right. They dropped this on Twitter, this image, and everybody was like, it looks like hail. And then you'd have other people go, nah, it's just rain. And then you have other people go, man, it kind of looks like there's a tornado in the background. And then other people would say, nah, it's just clouds. Well, it's actually a tornado in the background, and that is hail. So hail and tornadoes are both going to be in the game. And there's that massive Ferguson 9S. She's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait. I can't wait. I want that tractor so bad. But check this out. Look at the tires. You see how they got that gloss shine to them? That's because it's wet. You can actually see like water beads on the mirrors and stuff like that. There's a lot of details that are being added in. You can see how there are ruts here in the mud from the terrain deformation. You know, that's because that tractor drove over it. That's not because they've painted the textures this way or formed the landscape this way. Uh, yeah, you can do caps, but you'd have to do a lot of caps for that thing to catch you. So anyhow, yeah, I mean, that's I mean, there's actually a lot of things going on in this picture. Um, that I mean, like even the tree that's in the background here, that's the trees are remodeled. So it actually looks, honestly, they just look a lot nicer. The crops are much denser. That looks like they got this looks like wheat. It's over there, but it's a much denser crop than what we have right now. So, oh, and another thing is third person. So if you like playing in third person, you're going to be able to play in third person where you can actually see your character now. That's another thing that you don't hear a lot about. Um, Dynamic lighting. You know, your lights are actually going to cast shadows. So I mean, they're bringing a lot of realism to it. The twisters. One of the cool things about the twister is that it'll actually break down trees and it'll tear up your crops. It's not going to be. It's not just going to be a visual thing. It's going to be there and it's going to tear stuff up. Now, as far as all the debris flying around in the air, I mean, there'll be debris flying around in the air, but it's all canned. It's not actually picking anything up. Like it's not going to break down a tree and then pick that tree up and fling it around. It's just going to break the tree. So, I mean, that part's it's a little disappointing, but I mean, it ain't like we got twisters tearing trees down now. So, what do I got to complain about, right? It's some it's fixing to come through town. Now, they had alluded in this post actually that damage could be done to buildings, but uh, I don't think it's going to be any of your buildings the way that they've described it in this post. I think if there's and they well Giants hasn't really elaborated on it, so only thing that has come out is that you don't get damage to your equipment to your buildings. They don't. No, there's no damage that happens to your fences or anything like that. So because it's in this post, I'm kind of wondering uh, if maybe like the NPCs, if there are NPC farms, if a tornado goes through their farm, if maybe you'll get it as a contract to like deliver some lumber to them to repair their property. I'm kind of wondering if they might go that direction. I don't know. I mean, I can't say if that's what's gonna happen. But if it is, then that would be another element to the tornado that's pretty cool. But like you can see right here where it's got the trees are broke in half. You know, the first time they showed this off, these broken trees, they were swaying in the wind, just like they still had their leaves on them, and it was hilarious. They've actually adjusted it now so that it's much stiffer once it's broken off. It doesn't have all that sway to it like it did before, which is good because it looked terrible. And then you can see again how the tires are wet. You can actually see some mud tracks out onto the road. Where they've tracked mud out. Um, it's pretty awesome. And you can see right there, hail is coming. So this water, the way it's flowing, they started doing this in making the water flow like this with the Platinum Edition. Where it's actually molded to the terrain. It looks a lot better than what you typically have in Farming Simulator. It'll just be kind of a standard thing in 25, which is great because whenever map authors decide to build their maps, they're going to be able to add that extra level of detail to them, which is going to be awesome. Well, see, I mean, you never know. That's the thing about modders. If there's one out there that decides that, hey, you know what? I'd like to make sure that the tornadoes can do some real damage, then they could, somebody will probably do it. You can see in this picture where the crop is actually torn up from where that tornado came through. Now, tornadoes, how long it hangs out in your field is directly related to how fast you have your game clock set. So if you're running it 5 times, the tornado is going to move through your fields faster than it will if you got it set at 1 time game speed, or real time, right? So if you do have a tornado show up, you can speed up time and push it through the field a little faster, and it won't do quite as much damage. But you can also slow down the game time and get out there with your harvester and start harvesting it ahead of the tornado, trying to get your stuff out of the field before it tears up your crop, so you don't lose anything. But you will lose yield because it'll tear up crop. You see the barn design back there. It's going to be pretty cool. Here you can see the lighting right here. There's a little bit of that fog. I know a lot of people have been real concerned about the fog and there being too much fog. But you can see how the fog is working in this area right here where they're using that lighting, and you can see the rays shining down through it. I'm actually glad they're kind of upscaling the fog a little bit. I mean, you've got fog in 22, but it's not like the fog in 25. The fog in 25, it'll actually settle into low areas, whereas on 22, it's just there, And then, if you haven't seen spinach, we're actually going to be able to harvest twice in one planting. So once you've planted in March or April, actually, if you want to harvest it twice, you're going to have to plant in March. If you wait until April, you're not going to have it's not going to have enough time to grow before, or it's not going to have enough time to grow so that you can harvest it again. So if you want to be able to harvest spinach twice, you'll have to plant it in March. And if you do, you'll actually get 2 yields off of that one crop. So you only have to plant it once, which is nice. So it's kind of like stuff like poplar or sugarcane, where you can plant it and then you don't have to replant it to be able to harvest it again. Now, once you harvest it the second time, you're going to have to get it up. You're going to have to plow your field and prep it for another growing season. But during that one growth season, you're going to be able to actually get it all up twice. Oh, here's that. Is this? No, that's the Throwback Thursday. Never mind. This is another, I say this is another shot of one of the fact sheets they sent us. I think they sent this Aquila to us already. I think they did. I have to look at the fact sheets to tell for sure. But they have sent this, which is awesome. That's the spinach harvester. Yeah. Cool thing about this is like a vacuum on the front. It actually stands the leaves up so that whenever the chopper comes through, it cuts it. It cuts below the leaf. It doesn't cut your leaves. That's how they get those nice full leaves, using a vacuum on it. Okay. And then as far as Riverbend Springs, there's a nice kind of sky view. You can see, like, you know how as you're looking out, there's like you can only see so far out before the detail really starts to drop off, and there's that little ring that follows you around everywhere. You can see it right there. You can see how far your view distance is. So I don't know if you can tell, but right there is a light pole, and it's kind of small. So you got a pretty good view distance before the detail actually starts to drop out. So if you were down lower, you may not even notice the view distance. I don't know that to be certain, but even like with the trees, the trees are being done different. So if you look on the other side, it looks much fuller than it does on 22 when you look off into the distance of trees. You know, there's just more going on with them. There's the shadows and all that kind of stuff. You can actually see another little water tower back here in the background right here. Or I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then you got the PDA. Now, unfortunately, they haven't released any of the locations on here to show us, you know, like where certain things are at. You know, they kept teasing showing the player characters in the screenshots, but we have learned that third person is a thing. So that's another one of the things. The ferry, this ferry right here, you will be able to drive this ferry. Now the little tugboat, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to drive the tugboat or not. I think you are going to be able to drive the tugboat because there's another screenshot that shows it from another angle, and that tugboat, you can see where the tugboat's parked here. You can see that same spot in the other picture, but the tugboat's not there. Of course, it could be just like this barge going up the river, which is just a NPC barge. But I mean, it could be something like that. It could be like a time of day thing where sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, just to kind of make it feel like it's got some life. But I actually think you're going to be able to drive the little tugboats. And as far as the ferry, the ferry's kind of on rails. You're not going to be able to drive it up and down the river, and it only operates at certain times of the day. So if you miss the time that you need to hit the ferry, you're going to have to take the long way around and go across the bridge. You actually be able to. It looks like you actually be able to load the barges too from the grain mill, which there's a railroad track that runs along beside this one too. So you may be able to. Heck, I don't know. We might be able to load up the train and take this stuff over to the grain mill, or just take our stuff to the grain mill and we can load on a barge or a train. I don't know. I don't know. But here's one of the new productions. You're going to be able to make carriages like in 22, like with the Platinum Edition. You know, we were able to make sailboats, and then Premium we could do pianos. Well, this one's going to let us do stagecoaches, which is super cool. It's cute, man. It's cute. This is a screenshot of the lumber mill. On the back side, it doesn't really show you how you get into this place. And then what it does, let's see if they got it on here. I wasn't planning on looking at these. Let's see. No, it's not in this set of pictures, but there's another one that shows the backside of the sawmill. And in that picture on the backside, you can see more of the water, and you can see one of those little tugboats out there, and there's some logs floating around. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to be able to float logs, because it really seems like it. Console focused, yeah. There's a lot of features that are going to make things a lot better for console players. A lot of things going to make things better for console players. Let's see. Is this the picture? There's one of these. You can actually see the collectibles. There's see if I can spot it. If you haven't seen the collectibles yet, which they just look like paper boats. You can see them in. There's a couple of screenshots you can spot them in. I don't think it's in any of these here. Uh, no, I don't think it's on any of these here. But there are some that they've released that you can actually see the collectibles. Like I said, it just looks like a paper boat. You know, if you've ever folded a little paper boat to wear like a hat or anything like that, it's just kind of what they look like. Let's see, was that the planner they showed us a while ago on the fact sheet? Oh no, that was the merger. That was the merger. Okay. The little Aseki. Look at this. It costs you $92,000 for the Aseki, right? And it's only 123 horsepower. It's like, why do I want to spend $92,000 for a 123 horsepower tractor when, let's come on up here, I can get the white Agco for 58,000 and it starts off at 160 horsepower. I mean, almost half the price and another 20 horsepower, plus this one goes up to 225 horsepower. That Agco White is going to be a workhorse. When you're starting a farm, that's going to be like a go-to tractor. You're going to see that thing so much in the next couple of years, you're going to be sick of seeing the white tractor. Everybody is going to be using this tractor. And then you got the 3650. I mean, why not just go ahead and go with this one? Yeah, you lose a little bit of horsepower, but I mean, it's not $90,000, you know, and it'll pull that Great Plain planter right there. So you got two small, medium-sized tractors that you can have at really affordable prices out the gate, which is really nice. And there's going to be that Agco White is going to be a tractor everybody's going to want to drive. Everybody seems to love the White brand. And for $254,000, oh, 280 horsepower is not bad. But then again, $254,000 for 280 horsepower, or Agco White, 225 horsepower. You know it's not going to be a whole lot different than the 58,000. It may be, say, $20,000 more. I'm guessing here, but still, 200 something $1,000, $58,000. You tell me. I mean, that's going to be a workhorse. That's some of the I don't know. That's just kind of some of the highlights. There's a whole lot more that you can talk about with Farm Sim, as far as the stuff that's been shown and what's been released. Um, and there's a whole bunch of videos. I've got a couple of different things over on the channel that you can look at to see some of the other stuff, you know, or get a little more detail about things. Get a little more in depth, like, you know, as far as like the terrain deformation and some of that stuff. You can check that stuff out if you want to. Um, you know, as far as third person goes, that's going to be something that I think a lot of people are probably going to like, because how many times have you ever seen your character in the game? You know, most people have no idea what their character really looks like once they get past the character creator. Let's kick that back over. You know, it's like, I mean, how many times do you see your character? I mean, you get in your ride, and you know, you see them sitting up in the tractor, but you never really see them up close. And it really is in third person. I mean, not the whole game. I mean, it'll be an optional thing, right? Like, you'll actually be able to choose whether it's third person or first person. So, but you'll have the option, you know. Whereas now you don't. You know, there's a lot of people that want to be able to play third person. They want to, you know, when they put the outfit on the fella, you know, they want to be able to see their outfit. But that's not an option. You can't do that. So now you're going to be able to. Let's just hope that the animations look better, because if you look, I mean, look at my guy. What's he doing loops for? He looks like he's got stains in his pits because his arms are coming through the sleeves. So hopefully they improve on that. I mean, it was never meant to be played in third person on 22. So, you know, it's kind of runs around funny. So hopefully they fix the models on that stuff. But, you know, it is what it is. And where's my... Yeah, let's turn it off. Don't need to see that guy running around. Nobody wants to see that guy. But I do believe I have gone way past time that what I was planning to do. Let's see. Cavalier Roy! Holy cow, we got Cavalier Roy in the chat. What's up, Cavalier Roy? I read your chat a while ago. Didn't even recognize your name there. So that's the guy you guys want to ask about this map right there. He's the author to this map. I'd just like to say, I think your map is awesome, sir. I love that you've combined these four together, and it's pretty phenomenal. I love all the customization that you put into it, and it's great. It's absolutely great. So that's me doing my little, you know, my gushing over the modders. Every time I play this, I try to point out things about this map because I think it's such a cool map. There's so much variety here. You got everything from the small fields to the big fields. If you don't like having the hedges, you can cut down the hedges. It's just, you know, it's a really great piece of work, and I really like it. So thank you for making the map, man. But again, I believe this is probably going to be where we cut it off for tonight. I've gone a good bit past where I was thinking about being. If you haven't already, you know, consider giving us a like and subscribe. And you know, I keep telling the guys, you know, hopefully if you know, like you said, if speculations are right, we'll get the 4X maps on console. I've had a lot of console players, you know, they get bummed out when they find out that I'm on a 4X map because they want to play it too. So I just pull up the price chart where I can see the different names of the maps, and I send them your way, man. The like, you know, the Ebony Island, Glen Lathe, and all that. Mostly I'm playing on Ebony Island, so hopefully they can spike that for you. But you know, they seem to, their spirits seem to be lifted a little bit when they find out that they can at least play at least a part of it. Because if you ride around on this map just a little bit, it's a cool map. It's nice, you know. It's got a good layout. Yeah. They said they wanted to add more detail to their maps, and they were going to stay with the standard sizes and everything. And I'm okay with that. You know, like I was saying earlier, one of my favorite maps is Elm Creek. It has a nice southern vibe, and it just something about it that feels a lot like being where I'm from. So it's a lot of fun to play on that map, and it was one of the first. It was the first map that I played on Farm Sim, and as soon as I walked off that front porch, you know, and could walk through the woods right there and cross the road and go into a field, I was like, damn, this is like living at my house. You know, it was awesome. It's just like being back at my grandparents' home out in the country. You know, aside from having a small town right there, but it resonated really well with me. But yeah, I mean, it's not. It's a little. You say dated? Yeah. It is a little dated. It's a bit long with the tooth. They didn't add enough flexibility in the map with that base game to really do a whole lot, but the detail that they put into it was great. So if they're going to do that with their maps moving forward, where they're going to add that detail, man, I'm all in. I'm all for it. You know, the River Bend Springs is already looking great. You know, all the stuff I've seen on that. The thing that I'm looking forward to the most, though, is the Asian map. I so want to see the Asian map. That's going to be the first map that I jump into when 25 comes out. You know, River Bend Springs is cool, but I won't see I say it is. I mean, they might show us here at the Tokyo Game Show, and it's like, you know, that Asian map, I'm not so sure about that thing. You know, maybe I will do the River Bend Springs. You know, but as of right now, since I don't really know anything about it, it's the one thing that I am the most excited about is the Asian map. Until then, I plan on sticking it out right here and just seeing just how far I can go before 25 comes out. It's progressing slowly but surely. I got my silage going over there, so we'll start making some TMR, and then we'll get us some cows, and we'll just keep on pushing. And again, I guess I'll roll back around to my outro. You segued me there. I'll get segued quick. You start talking about giant stuff, and I fall in love about it. I love it. Going with more mixed feel with undulations giving the maps character. Yeah, I agree. You go back and look at some of the older maps that Giants did. I mean, they just look very gamey. You know, like it's very gamified. You know, it just looks like something that you would expect to see in a video game. And as they progressed, bland, but as they've progressed, they've gotten more life to them, more character about them, and they feel like places. And that's like the stuff that they've shown on River Bend Springs. I mean, it looks like a real place. It looks like an interesting place. You know, the town area where you can see the shop right there by the water tower and all. It looks like a small town that you would go through, and feels like a real place. And that level of design, I think, is great because it breathes life into a map. Those things of the immersion that comes with that kind of stuff from Giants is, or some of the really good map makers. You know, like like this one, you know. A talk like one. What's that? Bland. But like I said, the stuff that they put into it, and the the details, they add to that level of immersion, and it's it's nice. It's what makes this game so good. I'm doing good, Paul Gamer. How are you doing today, man? Yeah, that's just kind of how I feel about it. I mean, you get on the right map, the European style maps. Yeah, you're good, Richard. You're good, man. I didn't. You can slow me down, man. Yep, we're playing 22. That's right. Yeah, I mean, that's what I keep saying. I've seen so many comments, man, where, you've got people talking about how they don't really like 25, that Giants isn't listening to the players. And I'm like, are you kidding? Have you looked? I mean, they showed us where the gloss paint job on a tractor has layers to it. You got layers that go up and layers that go down for degradation. And it's like, that little detail is definitely listening to players, because players say that they want to have things that make the game more immersive and more real. And having your paint job actually reflect the things around you. I mean, I don't know about you, but I can see the trees around me in the paint job on my Jeep, and they're the most angled things in the world. There's one less mod needed. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I will say that as far as the GPS mod, I like what they've done with it. I do like what they've done with it. But I'm really hoping that, because it acts a lot like course play, that some of those features are going to be able to be implemented in to expand on it, and that console players are going to be able to take advantage of that. Because as it is right now, there's a lot of things that you can do with course play that those guys can't use, just like with the GPS. And it's going to be like a console revolution for Farm Sim 25 when whenever they drop this thing, because there's so many of the things that are just bringing it up to the level of PC with 25 that just makes it such a cool thing. I'm really excited for it. Really excited for it. But yeah, like I was saying, just that one little detail, the GPS, add new crops, and with the new crops, it adds new game mechanics. Those are all things that players have been saying that they want. So to say that Giants doesn't listen to the community is crazy. I'm not even sponsored by Giants. I don't get anything from Giants. I'm not affiliated with Giants. I'm just a simp for Giants, I guess, or for Farm Sim. But that's just how I feel about it. I think the game's great. I'm looking forward to the next edition, and it's going to be awesome. Simple as that. I should have just took a walk, shouldn't I? I should have just went walking. I'm just steady talking. I should have just went walking. We take a walk through the woods. Hey guys, what's going on today? That sort of thing. Oof, I gotta clean up some of this equipment. It's super awesome that you dropped by, Cavalier Roy. It's nice talking with you. I really am. I'm going to go now. I'm going to quit fanboying, and I'm going to quit simping on Farm Sim. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, or rest of your morning, your night, whatever it is for you. For me, it's night, but I will still be up all night long. I love your maps, you know, so you don't got to thank me. I should be thanking you for making it, because, you know, I get to play it. But you know, like I said before, you know, if you haven't liked or subscribed, if you wouldn't mind, you know, give us a like and subscribe. You know, if you enjoy the content, that sort of thing. I don't have a whole lot going on. I'm working on some other videos. There's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot that I feel like that everybody else hasn't really covered super well. So if I'm going to drop a video, I'm trying to make it a little bit different. So like if you check out my last short, I mean, it's about peas and spinach. Everybody else has done it. I just try to do it different this time. I got a kick out of it. I thought it was hilarious, you know, but you know, it is what it is. Anyhow, I will be back next Sunday at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. I say 8 a.m. almost every time. I'll be back next Sunday at 8 p.m. So if you guys want to come hang out again next weekend, I'll be here. And other than that, that's pretty much it, man. So you guys have a nice night, and we'll catch you next time.